Today is creator's choice. You can fake bake an item or you can upgrade trash to treasure. So sit back, relax, and see what you can do with trash. Hi, my name is Cindy, aka Z9Design. You will be bowled over when you see what I've made. All the items are free trash, so let's check it out. No money spent. DIY number 1, paper punch bowl. The supplies needed include an old shopping bag, Mod Podge, paper punch, tissue paper, and balloon. This is a unique DIY because it celebrates Black History Month and is made from an old paper gift bag. Now let's go over the colors. Black represents the resilient people whose existence as a nation is honored and affirmed by the existence of a flag. Red symbolizes the blood of innocent Black lives that have been shed throughout history. Yellow stands for optimism, justice, and equality for everyone. Green symbolizes Africa's rich greenery and other natural resources. I have used this bag for various DIYs, so I just had a small piece left. And I cut out several circles with my punch and set them aside. In fact, in all, I cut out approximately 75 circles. They were less than an inch in width. Then it was time to put everything in action. I blew up a balloon and set it upside down on an empty tape roll. Then I used Mod Podge on the balloon and paper circles and began adhering them to the balloon, starting at the top and ending at the bottom until I was satisfied with the size. I knew it wasn't going to be a really large bowl, but I wanted to make a small one because I only had so much paper left. So in order to make sure the circles made good contact with the balloon, I took some plastic wrap to hold the circles down, kind of made sure that it was nice and tacky so that I was sure that it was going to adhere to the balloon because the papers kind of had a little gloss on the side of it. I just rubbed them down till they got a little tacky, knew they were going to stick, and it was looking really, really good. And I just let it dry overnight. And when the bowl was dry, that I felt was dry, then I removed the plastic wrap. I used more Mod Podge on the outside and the next morning, I popped the balloon and removed it. Now, you have to be careful when you remove the balloon that you don't tear the paper because it still may be a little tacky. However, I wasn't done with it yet. It was very plain on the inside, so I took some tribal luxury tissue paper that was given to me at a store and I tore it into small pieces. Because the bowl had hardened, I put some Mod Podge on the inside and put the little pieces of tribal paper on the inside until I was satisfied and I made sure that it was going to stick with the Mod Podge. Now I have a beautiful bowl on the outside as well as the inside. You can add candy, keys, or even Easter eggs, or anything that you like. So let me know what you think about this one. DIY number 2, a paper mâché bowl. Supplies needed include several paper egg cartons, white glue-all, blender, hot water, cream chalk paint, plastic wrap, a bowl, strainer, and Java, coffee latte, and plaster-colored acrylic chalk paint was used. Now, the first thing I did was to tear the egg cartons into bits, and I have been doing that for a little bit, and I put them in a bag until I made sure that I had enough. Then I put them in a blender that I only use for my crafts, and I poured hot water into the blender with all of the paper, and I let it sit for an hour or more. Next, I just blended it until it was mush and put it in a strainer to drain the water. And you may have to squeeze some of the contents to get more of the water out so that you don't have too much water in there, because the next thing you're going to do is put the contents in a bowl, and you're going to use white glue-all that's added to the mixture, and you just get a spoon and you mix it, or whatever you want to mix it with, until it has kind of a mush consistency. Then I put a plastic wrap over the bowl, and the contents were put on starting at the top. So I made a little lip at the bottom and then began laying the mixture around the bowl. And then I put it around the middle of the bowl. And then at the bottom, and I made a little lip around there. Now, this is not a perfect bowl. It has lots of imperfections, but that is the way it's supposed to look. Now, it took several days to dry and harden, and I released the mold from the bowl on the third day. However, it was still a little bit tacky, but I removed it anyway because sometimes when it's on the bowl, it may take a little bit more time to dry. Now, this DIY is best to do in the summertime when it's just like super, super hot, and the drying time is reduced considerably because the sun just sucks the water right out, and you have a hard bowl within a couple of days. Now, the regular color of the bowl before I added the paint was dark gray, so I thought I needed some paint to kind of liven it up. Once it was completely dry, I painted the color plaster. I just kind of had a brush and just kind of dabbed it on, and then I used Java, which is a brown, dab that on, and a coffee latte, and then I let it dry. Now, this looks like it was dug up from the earth, and these bowls are very, very popular. And check out to see how the bowl is styled. This dupe is not the real deal. So, in case some of you wondering, so let me know what you think about this one. I think it's kind of really creative. Creator's Choice Fake Bake or Trash to Treasure is an open collaboration where Donna's Creators and Sabrina's Craftnanigans are the hosts. The co-host is Simply Blessed Crafts. These women are starting out with their own fake bakes, and wow, I tell you, some of it looks good enough to eat. They are really super crafters. Be sure to subscribe, like, save, and comment. The link is in the description box below. Now, there are other crafters who have joined this collaboration. They're either fake baking or they are doing some trash to treasure like myself. So please show them some love. The link to the playlist is in the description box below. DIY number 3, paper towel napkin rings. Supplies needed include paper towel roll, Mod Podge, napkin, silver jewels, a saw, and a hand sander. You know how you have those paper towel rolls that you throw in the trash. Well, I've decided to make some napkin rings for spring. I use one of my metal napkin rings as a guide, and I took a saw and cut them to size. Now, it might look a little strange, but I could not use an X-Acto knife because this cardboard was thick and hard, and that's what I wanted. And to avoid cutting myself, so that's why I used the saw. Then I sanded the tubes for a smooth edge. I painted the cardboard tubes with the color plaster and let all 4 of them dry. Now it was time to decoupage. Then I separated the ply of napkin and cut it to size with enough to fold over the edge. Mod Podge, I just brushed that over the tube and the napkin was applied. Now, Mod Podge was also brushed over the napkin after it was dry because you wanted it to be nice on there and no lumps or bumps. And I couldn't take an iron and go over it. I mean, I suppose you could, but that was a no for me. After it was dry, I took a strip of silver beads and put over the napkin ring on the edges on both sides. And then I realized that I had decoupaged an egg last year with the same napkin. How pretty. Check out how a spring look can help you enjoy a wonderful dinner. Let me know what you think of this one. For me, I was just bowled over by all of this trash to treasure ideas. If you have liked what you've seen, please subscribe, like, save, and comment. Crafting, I love to craft, but it can also be challenging, so I always enjoy encouraging comments. Also, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Facebook. And thanks for watching each week. I appreciate all my subscribers. And remember, don't let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. This is unknown. Okay, I'll see you later, family. Bye-bye.